you guys are just joining in live here.
Stay in the photo.
We'll actually come back here behind the table. We're just getting set up here with our new Autel Evo line that we're just so excited to show off to you guys. We're here learning a bunch about it, so we got all kinds of questions on our end, but I'm sure you guys have questions too, so please comment in the comment section below with any questions you have, and we'll be here to answer live. I'd like to introduce a couple of members here. Of course, we have Ron, who's one of our sales advisors at HSE, but we've also invited John from Autel. He's here showing off our aircraft, the new Evo Dual and Evo Pro 6K model, and we just can't get enough of this. I mean, there's so much to show here. We're so excited, and since I'm still learning a little bit about these models, I'm actually going to have John kind of lead the show, and I'm going to be asking questions. And again, like I said, if you guys have any questions, please post down below. We'll be happy to answer live. Also, this video will be available after we're done on our page right where you're watching. So we'll go ahead and get started. So I'll just introduce the product line here. We have two different models. We have our Evo II Pro and we have our Evo II Dual, which is actually set up and ready to fly right behind you guys. This is actually a case that can actually hold two of the models, along with all the accessories and batteries required to operate them. And over here we have, of course, the controller that's used to fly the model, set up with the app and everything on the, it's already connected and everything to the drone. And over to your guys' left, we have our live deck option, which is streaming live video from the drone that's ready to fly. So there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot of applications that these drones can be used for. And again, I'd love to hear your comments below. You know, what are your thoughts? What can these be used for? Do you guys have any specific applications that these drones will be appropriate for? I'm going to go over to John here and I have a couple questions that, well, first I'm going to have you introduce yourself, and then we can kind of go over some of the specifics of the aircraft, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, my name's John. I am the public safety, first responder, vertical salesperson for North America. I come out of a law enforcement background. I retired 27 years with Fairfax County PD. I worked most of my time in detectives. Spent the last 17 years of my career in the electronic surveillance section, so drones were kind of a natural extension for that. So I'm very excited to be here with Autel. Autel is an awesome, just an awesome platform for LE, and so we're going to be able to, you know, hopefully answer any questions and show you what applications that you may have. Why these drones?
Awesome.
Great. Perfect.
Well, my first question.
Yeah.
Hi guys, I'm John from HSE. What's the flight time on these?
They're rated at 40 minutes. Obviously, that's perfect conditions, but we've been getting reported times of 33, 34, 35 minutes in the air. So, you know, it gives you that extra time that you don't have to change a battery.
Yeah, that's awesome. Great. What's next?
So, a couple of questions that I have is there's three different models of the Evo II lineup, and I'd like for you to just kind of quickly explain the differences between the standard Evo II, the Evo II Pro, and the Evo II Dual.
Yeah, absolutely. So, as Simon said, we do have three different models. We have the 8K, the 6K Pro, and the Boson FLIR Dual. The 8K basically is an 8K video shooting 48 megapixel stills. Great video, great pictures, and it's just like I said, a standard 8K, and kind of our entry model, if you will. When we start moving up into the enterprise area of our drones, which is the 6K Pro and the Dual, the 6K Pro here has a 6K, but it's got a 1-inch sensor with adjustable aperture. So mapping, low light conditions, things of that nature, you'll be, you know, extremely better off with the 1-inch sensor, and it takes just absolutely cinematographic pictures and video. It's just very smooth. I've seen, if you go on the web and look at some of the videos that are posted there, you'll see some of the amazing video that you can get from it.
Absolutely, and that was one thing that was really impressed me, is that I saw the 8K model and how good the picture was with the standard 8K model. And then I saw the Pro model, which even though it's a 6K, slightly lower resolution, that 1-inch sensor with the adjustable aperture really really brings out, especially like you said, in low light conditions for mapping. The quality is just unbelievable on it.
It does.
Great.
And then, then obviously we've got the kind of like the flagship. We've got the Evo II Dual, and that's carrying a boson FLIR camera housed with an 8K camera, so you get both. The boson FLIR is 640 by 512 with a 30 hertz refresh rate. What that means is that the resolution is absolutely phenomenal, and you're looking at
Sorry.
Sorry?
I was trying to focus on him and I flipped the camera around.
right.
I'm sorry, guys. Let's keep moving. Live.
Okay.
You're fine.
So
You're fine.
What the 640 by 512 means is that the resolution is just absolutely amazing. Even at 100, 200 feet, you're able to pick out individuals. You're able to pick out objects down on the ground. You have a multitude of palettes to choose from, the standard white hot, black hot, and it runs through your iron bow, rainbow, Arctic. There's just a bunch of different palettes that you can choose from if you're doing a mechanical inspection, or if you're doing some sort of inspection where you need the color range to show you what's going on. And then it's housed with the 8K, and you have the option of shooting only in the RGB, only in the thermal, or you can do the thermal overlay, overlaying the thermal onto your RGB picture.
And we're going to show you guys that later today. That's the drone that we have set up. And we're actually going to show you guys. We'll go out there and show you guys the sensor up close when we go and set it up too.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
Shall we?
A couple more questions.
Okay.
You explained something to me earlier that really intrigued me, and that was with the battery charging, how the battery charger works. So this is actually the battery charger.
That's a multi-charger. Charges multiple batteries at one time.
Right.
And load the batteries on there. This ring at the top will light up when you plug it in. It has two different colors on it. It's got blue and green. It's got sequential and parallel. And having one of the batteries, you have let's just say all 4 batteries are on here.
Right.
Into one mode, it'll pick up the battery with the highest charge. It'll charge it up to a certain level, and then it finds the next battery, brings it up, and then it sequentially charges, trickle charges till all batteries are charged. In the other mode, when you push it on the other mode, you plug all 4 batteries in. It'll pick one battery with the lowest charge. It'll charge it to its fullest, and then it'll switch to the next battery. So you have 2 different ways you can charge your battery.
Yeah, that's great.
For battery maintenance and battery life.
That's perfect. Excellent. Okay, I think we can go ahead and get
Let me
started.
just point out one more thing
Sure,
before we
please.
hit outside. Is one of the things that we're really excited about is our 360-degree optical avoidance.
Yes, thank you. We're just so excited. We just, we can't get enough of it.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing that up.
Good.
That's a great point.
This is you can see it's got sensors on all angles, all sides of the drone, and down here even more. I'll explain those in a second, but that gives you 360-degree optical avoidance. It will see above it, beside it, around, and it will, flying at full speed, it'll start stopping about 20 meters out, slowing you down, and then it'll actually stop you about 10 meters out, and come to a complete stop. The other thing too that's very exciting about Autel that I find very useful, especially in the law enforcement areas, is on the bottom you've got a multitude of sensors down here. You've got the 2 computer sensors, you've got 2 ultrasonic sensors, and these are actually landing lights that automatically illuminate as you're landing in the dark, so it lights up your landing,
That is just so
area.
cool. Yeah.
But with these sensors down here, you can actually fly indoors completely without GPS, and the platform will stay absolutely rock steady.
Wow. Can you control the tightness of the sensors when you're indoors? So you can get a little closer to the walls for picture stuff?
You can't do that, but so this is one of those things where we talk about when we start training.
Yeah.
I personally, if I fly indoors, I take the obstacle avoidance off,
Yeah, me too.
because you can actually get into a situation where it won't want to move.
Right.
It says, "I got
Yeah.
something
So
here,
you
I got
can
something here."
disable it though.
You can
Oh,
disable
great.
it.
Okay.
Oh, that's
so
great.
then and the good thing is,
But
on
can you
the
fly
screen-
slowly?
Well, if you fly slowly, but on the screen in the obstacle avoidance, you've got not only the obstacle avoidance, but you get a screenshot of how far away the obstacles are.
Oh, that's
left,
cool.
right, up, top, and
I
down.
did actually see that earlier.
The
That's
bars
great.
on there. Yeah. So when you turn off your obstacle avoidance, if that's what you choose to do, you can choose to turn it all off, or you can turn off obstacle avoidance and leave the radar on. So as you're flying, you may be getting close to something. It'll say, "I'm 3 feet from this. I'm
Yeah, that's great.
That's awesome.
And so that way you still know
Yeah.
how far away from the object that you are and still fly safely. But you are piloting at that point in time. You're manually
Yeah.
flying it through whatever you're flying it through.
And something else that you mentioned earlier when we were talking about this is you mentioned how it can seamlessly go from having GPS signal to not having GPS signal and back without causing the drone to shift at all in its flight pattern. That's obviously so important for the type of operation. That
Exactly. When it's flying below 60 meters, it's flying off that start point system. So with the GPS the coordinates that are keeping steady most of the time, once you get low enough, it'll start reading what's underneath it. Remember that and fly on that. So you can fly from here into a garage or fly from a garage outside seamlessly, and it's not going to suddenly pick up a GPS signal and say, oh, I should have been over here, and fly into a wall, fly into a tree, whatever. It'll just come right on out. So and that obviously is critical if you're on the LE side and you want to go through a window or go through a door to look inside for something. You can actually take that obstacle avoidance off, fly it right in, and it's not going to jump and look for GPS signals.
That's incredible.
That's cool. Well, one thing that I noticed, like on the drones that I have, when I turn off the obstacle avoidance inside, I've got to go to sport mode, and I don't want to be flying inside on sport mode. So I don't understand why I can't keep my fly slowing mode without going in and adjusting all my trims.
This one will hover dead still. When you turn off your obstacle avoidance, it'll just hover there using the sensors on the bottom.
Yeah.
And then you can easily throttle it forward
and just go slowly. Yeah.
Whatever speed you want to fly.
That's great.
Through.
Yeah, because I mean, mine, like I barely tap and I'm like, no, there's a cabinet there.
So
Anyway.
One more thing I do want to show. I know we're all excited to see it fly. But
Yes.
we got to talk about the live deck a little bit. So let's go over here, and I'll explain a little bit. You were showing me how this works, and this is just one of my favorite features about this drone so far. So this is called the live deck, and what this is an optional accessory for the Autel drone that allows you to stream the video signal from the aircraft to a variety of sources. So right now we have it connected via an HDMI output to our TV. It also has a USB and Ethernet output. This has its built-in battery. You'll notice we just have an Ethernet connection. I'm sorry, a HDMI connection. And it's got its own battery. How long is the lifetime on this battery?
4 hours.
About 4 hours of
4
lifetime
hours.
on this battery, and it simply charges with a USB cable.
Right.
So,
and you can actually run it with the USB cable. So if you have a mission that goes that you're anticipating going much longer, you can just plug it in and it'll run as long as you need it to run.
So something that was really interesting about this to me is that the drone is actually simultaneously outputting the video to 2 sources. Is that correct? So it's streaming to the controller and to the live deck, which means you can receive the exact same signal essentially to 2 different sources, so that, for example, in this case, we have our video stream right to our TV. Of course, you can imagine there's a lot of opportunities here to set up command stations and be able to stream the video to outside sources as well. And I just think that's such a fantastic option.
Yeah, it's actually been a game changer for us, obviously, especially in the LE fields, but also in some other avenues where commercial, some agricultural applications. I think they're just now really finding out about it and kind of pushing it in that arena. But as Simon was saying, the drone actually gives you 2 simultaneous video feeds. It was built off the ability to pair another controller to the drone for practice flying. Somebody, as a matter of fact, law enforcement asked us, do you have a streaming option on this? I said, well, yeah, we can. It's already going to the controller. So that's basically a controller over there, just built into without the controls, just the receiver. So you could be up to 4.2 miles away, completely untethered, and line of sight, and be transmitting back to the live deck.
So over 4 miles of range on this system. I mean,
that's incredible.
So, the pilot and drone can be downrange, doing what they need to be doing. Of course. Command staff can be sitting back here watching exactly what's going on.
And like you mentioned, I mean, since it has its own built-in battery, there is just a plethora of options for monitors. I mean, you can have battery-operated monitors, just plug that in, and you can carry that with you. So if you're in a mobile operation, you can even use that in a mobile operation.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
And plugging in the USB port, all 3 ports, by the way, can be utilized at the same time. So you don't have to choose one or the other. if you plug into the USB port and then plug into a tablet, you can actually control the camera and the drone from the tablet by pinching.
Really?
You can zoom and pinch. And
So you can control the gimbal from the live deck?
You can.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, that's even better because that means the command center can actually control the camera.
Yeah, you can actually have a pilot doing the just spot on flying, and then the camera operator can see what they want to see.
And I think that's really important, especially in that type of operation, because this aircraft is going to be used in a very stressful environment, and really in a situation where the pilot might not be able to focus on this video.
Sure.
So that you have a second operator to control just the camera and video options, with the pilot focusing on operating the drone.
Absolutely. And so many times, especially with the large screen, a pilot looking at a mobile device may be looking for something, say in a search and rescue mission. They may be looking for an object. They may be somebody that may be on the shoreline, or stuck down in the trees someplace. You may miss it as the pilot, but if you're seeing it on a large screen,
I know that from experience.
They pick that up and they can say, wait, go back to something, and you go back to it.
Great. All right, let's get flying. I think it's about time. You can see our drone over here is ready and set up on its little landing pad. If you don't mind,
you want to warm us up
there for just a moment, just to show the drone. So let's show this. Let's show this camera real quick. So this is the dual model. This is with the FLIR and 8K camera. And as you can see here, we have it all set up and ready to go. And I just want to show you guys what the sensor looks like on this model. So we can see here, this is the FLIR boson sensor with the 8K camera. I mean, it's just incredible how small it is. You can see my hand next to it. And you guys are going to be blown away by the resolution of this system when we look at it on the live deck. But I just wanted to show you guys that sensor real quick. And but you can also get an idea of the size of the drone here. So it's very compact. As you can see, it folds up into just a tiny little package. And that's the same thing with the controller. The controller also is very, very compact. Folds up small. Everything about it. As you saw, the case that we were showing you a moment ago is actually a dual model case that holds 2 full sets of drones, including the batteries, the chargers, 2 controllers, the live deck, and it's tiny. It's only this big. You can throw it in the back of the car. So super, super easy to transport this system. All right, let's move back. So guys, because we're filming on a cell phone, we're not going to focus too much on focusing on the drone with the phone, just because it's small and it's going to be out of sight pretty quick. What we're going to do is after we take off, we'll go back to our television here and we'll show you the actual video. That's what we're really interested in.
Sounds good.
Okay, clear. Launching. Simon, you can also see we're getting some pretty good wind gusts.
Yes. Yes. Quite a bit of wind right now. And I think you guys are going to be amazed at how steady the picture actually is.
There you go. All right.
So we're going to bring it back over on this side of the field just so it's out of the way of the sun. The live video feed. So I know it's going to be a little tough to see just because we're outside and obviously this is the television, but the picture is just unbelievable. I mean, it looks like the TV's frozen.
I know they're seeing a lot of glare, so I'm trying to see if I can get a better
yeah, it's
angle
going to be
here.
tough. Maybe we can turn this too. Next time around, we'll have the feed directly to your directly to the phone, so we don't have the glare. But you can take my word for it here. I mean, the picture is so steady, and it's windy up there today.
Gosh,
It really
it's
is.
like
The
you
drone's
can't
moving
see
around quite a
anything.
bit.
Well, I bet when you go to the other thermal, we'll be able to see it.
Oh, so there we are. So we switched over to the thermal camera, and right now it's set to is this the white hot palette, I believe? And you can see, I mean, it's just incredibly steady.
Turn the TV just a little bit. Let's see if we can just change the angle. You want to try that way?
Is that a little bit better? The sun's been changing a little bit. It's so tough to see.
It's hard. I mean, it's like, I've got to like stay. How about this? Tilt the TV back some, so that way. Okay, that's better.
Is that better?
Yep. It's a little better. Okay, guys.
Make sure it doesn't fall.
Yeah. See what I mean? It's a little better.
Oh, much better. Yeah.
Because we were getting the glare. Okay, guys.
And guys, we're going to be doing a lot more videos on this drone in the future, so make sure to keep an eye out on the Facebook page, YouTube page.
YouTube.
We're really excited about this. Obviously, we're going to be doing a lot more with it. You can see you can actually have a digital zoom with the FLIR camera, and right now we're looking at, what are we looking at? Is that the dumpster down there?
Actually, I think we're
the other way. Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
Want to send my dog out there in the field somewhere? So you see a little dog running around?
Oh, so this is the structure that we're under right now.
Okay, yeah, this is the structure we're under.
You can see the fence over here, and this is again with the thermal mode. So if you guys aren't familiar with thermal imaging, this type of image is going to look essentially the same at night with no light. This is not a light image. So this is a different color palette. And the thermal imaging, of course, is essentially measuring the variances in temperature. I'm sure there's more to it, but that's the kind of, in layman's terms, is what you see. John, if you could you point at one of the cars?
Sure.
Because you can really see it really well there. When you point at a car, you can actually see like the engine compartment is a different color than the rest of the car. It's pretty incredible to see. There you go.
That looks like a truck.
It is a truck. And you can see the toolbox in the back there is, I mean, it's very clear. You can see the shadows, all the plastic items, so the top of the bed and the handles are much cooler than the metal in the truck. And you can see the white is hot here, and the black is cool. And it's just incredible to see the differences. I mean, look inside the cabin, how much of a difference there is. And even under our shade here, pretty incredible to see.
It's pretty cool.
And again, we got a good bit of wind today, and this is just as steady as it can be. And I think it's zoomed in now, too. That's just incredibly impressive.
That's pretty cool.
So impressive.
You see, I got right here. She started.
Yeah, look, she started the van. You guys are going to see, like, where the radiator is up front is going to turn even whiter. And you can already see it. Do you see that? That's wild.
It's starting to turn white
It's already turning white, because that's where the heat is being exchanged. That's amazing. Look at the difference. The contrast is changing. That's so cool. There's your dog. So this is a different palette again. This is the black hot.
So this is the black hot, right? So the black is hot, the white is not.
So you can see in the daytime, it does make pointing out people a lot easier in that mode. And this is kind of a color mode.
That's cool. I like this mode.
But it's great that it gives you all these options.
Yeah, that's fantastic. How cool is
Hey John,
that?
could you switch to the picture or the overlay mode? I'd like to show that off too. This is so cool. I really like this mode. So check this out. This is overlaying the 8K camera.
Sit down, like might be able to see your face.
This is actually taking the 8K camera and the FLIR camera and overlaying them. So you can see the perimeter of it is in the 8K camera and the FLIR camera is in the center. So you can actually see both color and the thermal camera in the same image. So as you move the camera around, you can actually see the difference between the color and the FLIR imaging.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So he can actually move that square around.
I believe so.
Probably, right? Or is it in the dead center and you just have to move the camera?
I think it might be in the center, but I think you can't change
You can
the size
probably,
of it.
change it. Hey, John, can you make that square bigger
Is that
if you
possible to
wanted?
change?
Or do you just move the drone around to get that overlay where you want it when you're other, yeah, just, that makes sense.
That makes sense, yeah. As you move
Yep,
it.
just move the drone. That's cool.
That's pretty cool. That's so cool. Do we have any? I know that Joy's on there.
Yeah,
looking at the
I don't
comments.
see
again,
any
guys,
questions.
if you do have any questions or anything, make sure you post them below. We'll definitely get back to you right away. I know we have Joy and Brian. Okay, no problem. We're gonna do a battery swap. We're gonna show you a battery swap and show you how easy that is in just a moment. So he's gonna bring it back. Let's watch the landing here. Right on this side. I lost my sunglasses too. It is.
Yeah, we got a really good breeze blowing right now.
See the tops of the trees. It's obviously for the guys on video. Well, you can probably hear the wind, but
I can see it in your hair.
you can see it in my hair. And the tops of the trees are moving quite a bit. So there's actually a good bit of wind today. Oh, one thing I didn't mention, we've already flown the drone quite a bit on this battery. This is the second flight.
Yeah, this is the
haven't
second
swapped it.
flight on this battery, by the way, guys.
There it goes. Get on that landing pad. It's very quiet too. I feel like
Yeah,
it's
it's
quieter
very
than some of
quiet.
the competitors.
Mm-hmm. It's very quiet. It's quieter than my drone.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just used to the giant,
The 6
giant
rotors.
agriculture drones. So here it is again. So actually, I'd like for you
Do this battery swap real quick.
do a battery swap.
All right.
And
Go ahead and turn it off. Push the orange button right here, hold it until the lights flash. and
Just
then
hold it
release.
down?
Yep, and release. You'll see the lights go out.
Orange is one of my favorite colors too.
I know I like the color.
That's easy.
So one thing I noticed about these batteries that stuck out to me immediately, it might be hard to show you guys. Can you guys see that? You guys can see.
Oh yeah, you
light
can see
the
through it.
batteries.
Yeah. So it's gonna cool a lot
It's got
better.
cooling fins, and
Yeah.
even after that flight, it's really not very hot. It's just warm.
Yeah, it's not hot at all, really.
I mean, it's a hot day
I mean,
today,
it's
too.
warm, but it's
Yeah,
not.
it's normal.
Yeah, but it's not like on fire hot. I'm sorry, John.
It's got 3 cores in each battery. You can actually go into the app and pull up the cores and see how the cores are, the health of the cores,
Uh-huh.
and the charging applications for it.
Oh wow.
Great. Great.
What's the life cycle on the batteries?
About 200 charges.
Okay.
Okay.
And then what's our cost on just a single battery? If somebody were to ask me, I can't
So I'd
remember.
have to double check again. We have all our pricing.
Yeah, I'll have
adding
to
it
look
our
up that
website
one.
as we speak. If you guys are interested in purchasing this drone, make sure you contact us at hsc-uav.com. You can use our live chat on our website, email us, or even call us. All that information is right on our homepage on our website. So if you are interested in this aircraft, feel free to contact us. We do have them ready to ship and install.
All right. So battery management here, we're going from A.
I like that. You put it backwards so you
Two.
know that it's discharged.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, that's a great. Yeah. So
All
that
these
one
are
we've
charged.
used. These are charged.
Yep.
The way he's having it. That's great.
And I've got them numbered. They're not necessarily ABCD, but I got them numbered because I know which battery is which.
Mhm.
That way I know the battery cycle,
Got
charging
it.
cycle, the battery health, the battery maintenance.
Yep.
Very important, A, for the safety of your drone, for the safety of everybody around it, but also FAA, if they come and want to see maintenance logs
Yep.
on your drone, on the batteries, etc. It's highly recommended that you have a document showing what your charging cycle is on each battery so they know.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
I actually have a question about the batteries I just thought of. As I'm sure you know, the lithium batteries need to be stored at a certain level of charge for long periods of time. Do these batteries automatically go into storage mode?
They do. They
Or do
do.
you have
If
to set them to storage?
No, if you put it
Fully charged
put it
up.
up,
Yeah.
and let it go. After about I think it's 4 days, 5
Yeah, a
days.
couple days, yeah.
It starts dropping in
Automatic.
its potential,
Right.
all the way down to 70%.
Okay.
And then it'll drop just a little bit further and stable off, and it'll hold at a much lower
Great.
rate.
Okay, perfect.
It manages itself, and as long as you're conscientious as far as your charging cycles,
Right.
your battery maintenance, recording all the information, and doing the proper methods for battery storage, etc., you should get a lot of use out of each battery.
Right. One more question about batteries while we're on the topic. What is the battery life on the controller? I've noticed that it doesn't seem like it's dropped at all since we had it on, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's about 84% right now.
84%, yeah.
The controller here will run about 3 hours.
Okay, great. So you can get a lot of flights out of one charge of the controller.
Yeah. Maybe just a little off 3 hours, but you can fly a long time before you have to charge it again.
One more question. Do you know if the controller can be used while charging? Can you plug it in and use it?
That's an excellent question. I don't think you can, but I can find out for you.
Absolutely.
And, I will definitely let you know.
Great. Yeah. Just a thought that came to my head.
Because it switches, when you plug it in, you'll see it switch to a different mode, and you can see it charging.
Right.
But I've never tried to turn it on to
while it's
actually charging. So
we might have to try that out.
I just got a battery management question. Might even be for you, Simon, or you, John. So if you have a battery that's been sitting there and it has dropped to 65, 70% from that long term, is it better to use it at that moment or to recharge it back to 100 before my next operation?
that's an excellent question. If you've got the capability and the time, and you've got a mission that you've planned out, and you can just stick it out there and hover it for a few minutes and let it drop the battery and then charge it, that's the optimal way to do it.
Okay.
But charging it up from these batteries, charging it up from whatever stored percentage it is, it'll be okay. It's not going to kill it, so you'll be fine doing that.
Okay, but it is okay to
if you can run it down
first.
Better.
Okay,
Yeah.
Cool. That's what I was wondering, because sometimes I'll have my battery stored and I'm like, ooh, do I charge it? Do I not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only time it really becomes an issue is if all of a sudden you go, oh, I have this opportunity, I got to get it there right now, and then you start looking and go, oh wow, I'm only at 70%, I need to charge them up. Boom, take them up.
Yeah.
And fly on a full.
Guess if money's on the line, that's a different story.
Yeah. Yeah. That and I would much rather fly with a full battery.
Right.
Than go out and fly with a battery that I'm only going to get 10 minutes on or 15 minutes and then have to come back.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm always I always like to have my batteries fully charged before I take off. That's my preference, just so I know exactly how much time I have left to fly.
I'm pretty much like that as well.
Yeah.
So.
If I can.
Yeah. Cool.
Great. All right. We can swap out the battery and maybe put it up in the air one more time. We'll show the screen again for people that didn't catch it the first time. And I'd like to discuss a couple more of the features, like what kind of mapping functions it has. I know we have a lot of customers that come from the agriculture side. Sure. So that's going to be a lot of interest, and I'd like to kind of get your explanation of how you can set up a mapping mission and what are the best ways to use it.
Okay.
Great.
You want to fly first or mapping?
Yeah, he does.
Let's should we get it in the air and
If Simon's okay with that, I don't care. That way we can demonstrate how easy it is. I'll ask him. Or put Simon on it.
Then Ted's on it. Yep.
And just hold it down.
Yep, just hold it till you see the light start popping on, and then it'll fire up.
Great. All right. Let's put it in the batteries. This is the first time I've used this, so I'm learning too.
We should throw the lieutenant on the sticks.
Yeah.
And show everybody how easy it is to fly.
It is, yeah.
What do you think?
I haven't even flown it yet.
What do you think? We actually have a lieutenant out here with us today, checking out this drone for the police department. And I think we're going to put him on the sticks and let him show us how easy it is to fly, maybe. So, as long as Simon approves it.
Easy.
That was easy? I wasn't even
really
watching.
easy.
I was talking to our viewers.
Oh, I mean, there's not much to it. You just put it in and push the button.
Yeah, okay. Pretty easy, right?
Very
All right, let's get out of the way here.
I'd love to.
Let's do it. I just told everybody we got the lieutenant out here taking a look at this. So here we go.
Lieutenant Davidson.
All right, guys. So we're flying. If you're just checking in here, we're flying. My name's John with HSE, and we're flying the Evo II Dual. It's got a dual camera on it. So what I mean by that is it actually sees in heat, in infrared, in thermal technology, if you will. Also has an 8K camera on it, so we're going to launch it back for our second time here.
We're going to launch it up, and we're
go.
going to show the screen again, and continue on.
Yep.
Right.
Go. Okay. I won't say names.
There you go.
And we're off. That's pretty easy.
We'll take it back over here so we're not looking in the sun.
Put it on the controls.
Okay, if you notice, there's a gimbal control here. I'm at -24, which means I'm -24 above the horizontal.
Okay.
We do have the ability to go 30 degrees above horizontal with this. So if you're going underneath a bridge or doing inspections, you can actually gimbal it up, and while the drone is steady.
So is this your left finger? Is that the gimbal?
This is the gimbal right here.
Okay. Yep. And then this one's probably aperture.
This is aperture.
Okay.
Great.
All right.
And then we got record there, and we've got camera as well.
And you notice I'm flying with the antennas pointing down.
Yeah, I do.
Because of my smart device on top mounted here, there's potential for interference.
Okay.
Otherwise, so it's always recommended if you're flying with your smart device, the antenna's down.
It's just like our
best angle.
just like on our spraying drones, carbon fiber ones, we always point the antennas down to
Okay.
reduce interference. Man, it's very quiet. I'm
Yeah, it's
actually
very
kinda
quiet.
surprised. I was actually expecting it to be a
All
little
right,
louder.
I'm gonna head back over to the live deck.
Very unintrusive.
What lake is that over there?
That's Lake Apopka.
Lake
I
Apopka.
believe it's the third largest lake in Florida.
Oh wow, we're gonna a history lesson as well
There you
today.
go. Yeah, we're right across from Lake Apopka. That's one of the reasons why it's always so windy here. Always get a lot of wind off the lake.
Yep, comes right off the lake.
And the thing that's impressing me most, I mean,
And it's coming from the lake too.
It is.
Yep.
I mean, look how steady this.
It's so
image
steady.
is. It's crazy. I keep thinking the TV broke. It's
I
like
know.
that steady.
My hand's not steady, but the image is very
the
steady.
image is incredible. You can see the cars going by down there on the road. You can actually see the clouds moving. That's how steady it is. That's crazy.
Yeah, and that's still taking those wind gusts that are coming in here.
Right.
Yeah.
We probably have, I would say, at least 15 mile per hour winds up there. You can see the trees shaking around.
Yeah, at
Maybe
least.
more. Great. John,
Yes.
if you don't mind, we can start kind of discussing the use for this drone in the agriculture space, which what we're really interested in is the mapping side. I'd love to get a little bit of your input on what this drone can do as far as mapping.
Yeah. So I'm switching to precision mode. All right.
So we just moved it into.
And we can wait for you to land if you don't want to talk while you're flying. I totally understand.
Yeah, I want to keep an eye. So let me bring it down. We'll talk real
Sure,
quick.
no problem. I noticed that you can't see it, so I totally understand.
I'll get focused on something, then all of a
Or I
sudden.
could fly it.
We'll bring it down. Actually, it'd be nice to kind of maybe even have it almost in view.
If you look real quick, you see where it is right there? I'm flying in what's called the precision mode. It automatically defaults to manual mode, and that's the mode that most people fly in. However, it's got the option of flying in what's called precision mode. So I've got this stick locked all the way over to the left and turn it. Nice smooth turn. So if you're looking for cinematic shots, if you're looking for, if you don't want jerky movement in the drone, you can actually just put it in precision mode and fly it that way.
Well, it looks very precise.
Going in and out of focus. I'm sorry, guys.
So after we discuss the mapping, we'll close out the demo here. And again, if you guys haven't already, go check us out at hscuav.com. If you guys are interested in purchasing this drone, you can contact us with our contact information on our website. You can give us a call, you can email us, use our online chat. One of our sales guys will be happy to speak with you. And like I said, these drones are available and ready to go. We're super excited to be a distributor for Autel, and I hope you guys are too. So we're going to have him bring it down, and then we'll just discuss quickly the mapping options that the drone has. Oh, careful.
I'm fine.
He's fine. Almost lost his shins.
That's okay.
So here it is landing again. Oh, that's the sound?
The radar down there.
Oh, okay. So right now it's detecting the net. You can hear it beeping on the controller to let us know that it's detected an obstacle.
That's amazing. It's detecting the net, which is right here.
Yep. This is a very difficult obstacle for sensors to detect too. It's very low density and very thin, so it's pretty impressive that it can pick it up that far away. Great.
Perfect.
Here's the drone one more time if you guys want to see it up close. There's the sensor. of see underneath it. There's the battery in the back. We'll shut it off.
Go ahead and just leave the landing pad out here because the lieutenant wants to fly later.
You know what? I'll leave the drone out here too.
That's fine. Yeah. Let's just turn the battery off. And we're good to go.
There it is. Great. I'm really liking this drone so far. It's very
Me too.
intuitive. I mean, this is the first time I've ever seen it in person, and I've heard so many good things about it. And
Yeah, it's
I think
really
we made a good
exciting.
choice with it.
It's super exciting.
All right, since this has been a pretty long demo so far,
Yeah.
we're going to just discuss the mapping abilities of the drone, and then we'll close this out.
Okay.
Okay, so the mapping capability within the Autel Explorer app is pretty robust. I was very excited to see what the options were that they came out with in the new mapping features. And to get into the mapping features, we're in the flight mode right now. We just go up here to the corner, and that's your opening screen when you get into the app, and it gives you the option. There's your little weather report right there, basic weather report. And then it looks like the winds are 15 right there.
Yeah,
You're
hey,
pretty
I
much
called it.
spot on. Yeah.
Look at that.
And that's how you get into the camera mode that we were just flying in. And then you also have the mission mode here. Clicking on the mission mode brings up 3 options. The waypoint option, rectangular mission, or a polygon mission. So for me, I was very excited about the new mapping function, because in the waypoint mission, the other two, I'll explain those other two in a minute, but the waypoint mission, if you were an end user that had, say, a large field, or maybe you had a storage lot that was like a train yard. Let's go with a train yard, because a lot of train yards are huge.
Right, right.
You could actually pull that waypoint mission up, mark waypoints around the perimeter of whatever you want to watch, and then program in. Each waypoint has the ability to program in the camera angle, the gimbal angle, the
So you can point the camera automatically.
between waypoints. So if you want to look at this portion of whatever you're watching on this waypoint, and then the next waypoint you want to fly out, but it's more focused in this direction, you can focus the camera.
So you
it
don't
goes
even
that
have to
way.
touch the controller.
You hit, once you load your mission up,
Yeah.
you hit fly, it loads up, it goes to waypoint 1, and then follows it all the way around. And
Assuming you can probably set like a delay for each point.
Absolutely.
So it gets to a certain point,
Absolutely.
and you can have it hover there for a certain
for
amount of
however
time.
long as you want to.
So you can monitor, and it has a over 4 mile range. So think about the radius and area that you can actually cover.
Yep.
Because that's incredible.
And you can obviously intervene at any point in time to take over the mission and fly it back for whatever reason. But I was very excited about that, because in a former life, I was doing security on a perimeter, and I had used an application, but I had to go to a third-party application in order to accomplish that. And when I found out that it was built into here, I was really excited. So very, very powerful tool, very flexible. You can do all kinds of missions with it. And then the other mission, and this is really good for law enforcement, first responders, is the rectangular mission. And basically when you push the rectangular mission, we'll select that, it comes up, it gives you a map of exactly where you are. So that's where we are right now. You just touch the screen and brings up your map.
Oh wow. See if can you turn this way, so we
Yeah.
have the light behind the sun?
Yeah, just
There
tell
we
me
go.
when.
Okay, there we go. That's better. I just
Okay,
wanna make
so-
sure people can see it.
So this mapping area, you can adjust it. You can adjust the map further out, bring it in, whatever. You can just put your finger on these dots, pull the map to whatever side you want. You can rotate the map
Oh, cool.
however you want it. And then once you get it set to the way you want it to sit, you can go in and you can program your altitude you want to fly it, the speed you want to fly it, the number of pictures per second that you want to take, your overlap.
So it'll scan the entire area.
Everything.
That's basically used for the mapping.
Exactly. It'll take the prescribed number of pictures of whatever you've taken. You can take them out of your library, load them up into a third-party software like Pix4D,
Right.
Drone Deploy, whatever, and you can make your 2D or 3D map. So
Very easy.
The same function goes with polygon mission.
Okay.
It just allows you to draw. It's almost like the
Right, different
waypoint,
shapes.
but it does the same thing as the rectangular, because once you set this thing to fly in the rectangular mission, it just basically mows the lawn.
Yeah.
It goes out to the endpoint, makes a loop, comes back down, and you've got your overlap set, and you've got your speed set, and the number of pictures you need taken.
For the guys that are coming from our agricultural drones, they're going to be very familiar with that. That's exactly how
Exactly.
it works.
Right. So it's very easy to use. It stores your missions. When you create a mission, you name your mission. You can pull it back up at any time. For instance, your waypoint mission. If it was something that you do on a regular basis, a perimeter check on a regular basis, you name that mission, it'll stay there forever. So the next time you want it, you pull that up, hit fly, it'll go fly that same mission again. So you can store all the missions right there.
That's fantastic.
So very robust feature of the Autel Explorer, and very excited to see it come in.
Great. I think we're going to close that out there. I'm sure my battery on my phone's getting low from this from this video. So we're going to close it out here. Again, if you guys are interested in this drone or have any questions about it, contact us. Go to our website, hse-uav.com. We have our chat box, our contact info, and our phone number right at the top of our website. And one of our guys will be happy to discuss this aircraft with you. But again, thank you guys for joining us. If you guys have any other questions, post them down below, ask us on our website, and we'll be doing a lot more videos and demos with this model in the future. So we're really excited about it.
Excellent.
All right, guys. Thanks again.
Thank you,
again,
John.
Thanks for
Thank
letting
you.
me come out.
Okay.